And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Well, former Secretary of State and 2016 Democratic hopeful Hillary Clinton has faced a lot of bad press since announcing her run for president. And now it's taking a toll on her poll numbers. As we mentioned last night, Mrs. Clinton running behind Republican governors Jeb Bush and Scott Walker in a head-to-head hypothetical matchup in the blue state of New Hampshire. We say hypothetical because somehow Bush and Walker have not announced yet. They're probably just waiting their turn. Iowa voters, however, do not seem fazed by the scandals. A new Quinnipiac poll asked Iowan Democrats who they would support if the Democratic caucus were held today, and voters, not surprisingly, overwhelmingly support Hillary Clinton with just 60% of the vote. And check out the political juggernaut she may or may not be facing. First up, she actually overcame Bernie Sanders, who is second at 15%. Then there's Uncle Joe Biden at 11. Then you have Martin O'Malley at 3. You got Webb at 3. That is quite a bench the Democrats have going right now. It is shocking that Hillary got only 60 when that's your competition. So anyway, the poll also asked Iowa Democrats if they think Mrs. Clinton is trustworthy or not. Well, these are Democrats answering, remember, so, boy, that really goes along party lines. 3 and 4 saying, of course, you can trust her completely. 17% say no. I'd love to know what the other 5% were thinking in that poll. So, she is trustworthy. Yes, that's true. Now, the actual Iowa caucus will not take place until next February, and things may change by then. But can Mrs. Clinton breathe a sigh of relief with these new poll numbers? Remember, she lost the Iowa caucus back in 2008 to the guy we now call president.
I think she's not worried until there's someone who's actually a rival. You know, you'd look at those polls and there's nobody out there.
Is there anybody out there? Give me like a business person, somebody.
I mean, I don't know. I think that there's a lot of people who would like to see Elizabeth Warren. I think that if Elizabeth Warren ran, she's really principled, you know, and she would really be running on her principles. And there's a lot of people who have strong support for her. So that might give her a run.
The problem is that Elizabeth Warren is way too far to the right of Hillary Clinton right now. In other words, Hillary's gone so far left.
Right. Yeah, no,
you ever see Spaceballs? And they're driving the spaceship and they go from ridiculous speed to ludicrous speed and they go by everybody. That's what she did with the amnesty announcement that she just had.
Absolutely.
She went to the left of Elizabeth Warren.
But the problem that Hillary would have if she ran against somebody like Elizabeth Warren is she doesn't walk or talk, whereas Elizabeth Warren does. Yeah. She doesn't have all of the conflicts and things that she said before, things that she's done before, and it would really point out the discrepancies for Hillary.
Jonathan, you love politics, and I know you love the horse races.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm so sick of our two-party system. I just think it's completely broken. It's full of corruption, and I think I said the other day that Hillary Clinton has now broken the glass ceiling. She is the most powerful female criminal in the world. I mean, and she gets away with everything. She does it right in front of everybody. I know tons of special agents and people that work in the State Department would be in jail for what she did with the servers alone. But come on, the United States has got to start looking for people that are real leaders and put them up there. This is a joke now.
Do you think it's a celebrity thing at this point?
Because that's all
she's a brand name and Bush is a brand name.
It's like that one place where the guy who was dead got reelected. You know, I mean, it's like it's just people just
that was
liberals.
My state, by the way, Missouri.
Whoa! Share that story.
Yeah, actually, we had our Missouri State governor running for Senate, and he was killed in a plane accident before the election. So they kept him on the ballot, and he won the election. So then they had to appoint his wife to serve out his term as Senate, or I guess she served two years.
You know what that does? That's an advocacy for less government, because if you're not alive, you can't govern.
Well, that's
true.
And things must be getting better for sure. But I think, to your point, Jonathan, that we need leaders. Leaders don't want to get involved in politics anymore because it's all tainted. It's a slimy business. Right. Who wants to get there? And as far as Hillary, I think the Democrats just want to anoint her queen or king or whatever because she waited her turn. It is now her turn. And the other big concern I have is no matter what she does, she's like the Teflon woman. Nothing sticks to her. And yet there are still women, and Heather, maybe you see this, who say you have to vote for her because she's a woman. Yeah, sure. I am sorry. I'm going to vote for the person who is best for the job, not their gender, their race, or anything else.
We're just past that.
Yeah.
We're past that now. You know, I mean, look, you all can beat me in certain things, and I can beat you in certain things. That's just
Connect Four before we get on the show. I beat you.
Yeah. But that's just the way it is. We all have our talents and expertise. We need to start looking for people who can lead. It doesn't matter, again. There is no such thing as black and white, as female or male when it comes to what we need right now. We need somebody who can come up with a strategic war plan, who can fix the economy, and who can just get rid of this useless game that these politicians do of making up crises so they can solve them.
Term limits, too.
I agree with you in the sense where I think a third-party candidate would actually do very well because there's so much discussed for both parties.
Right.
But can you give me a name? Is there anybody that stands out to you? And I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
We can talk about it next week.
I can't. I mean, because I think
I
that
get what you're
person's
saying.
out there, but I don't know.
Okay.
They're
No,
not a
and I'm sorry to
politician.
put you on the spot.
No,
I know
no,
you're
that's
saying
it.
no. We have the outline.
Yeah.
We'll fill in the blanks. Jim Messina, by the way, is jumping to the Hillary camp. We should mention that. Anyway, potluck time next. Heather and I go. Favorite stories of the day. Back in a moment.